everybody. So today is Monday. That means it's time for family movie night. And this week, I have a very special episode of Family Movie Night where I am paying tribute, I guess, to my grandma who just passed away last week. And I will be going to the funeral tomorrow. And she's a wonderful lady. It was such a great example to me. I have many fond memories of spending time at her house as a child, also as a college student, of going there to her house every Sunday for dinner. I remember one time she taught me how to make pies, and I'm still not very great at making pies, but she taught me how to do it. And we just have a lot of really warm, lovely memories of my grandma. And she was ready to go. It was definitely her time. You always miss people, but glad that she's with my grandpa, who's the best. So they had a lovely relationship. And so it's interesting. I asked my aunt what her kind of favorite movie was, or was a movie that really made you think of her, that I could do for this week as to pay tribute. And she said the movie Shadowlands, which I thought was really interesting, because before that I was thinking, well, maybe I'll do like Anchors Away, because she was in the waves in World War II, or something like that. Or I knew that she really liked religious films, so I thought of maybe doing like one of the better Mormon movies or something like that. And this suggestion of Shadowlands is a very interesting kind of perfect summary of kind of, I think, her character and what she valued. And so it was a really interesting choice and a great movie. And so I was really excited when my aunt made that recommendation. And Shadowlands, if you don't know, is a movie from 1993. It stars Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger, and he plays C.S. Lewis, and she plays his wife, Joy Davidman. And C.S. Lewis, obviously, we all know, is the writer of Chronicles of Narnia, was a famed scholar, particularly on topics of religion. And so that's why this is there are religious themes to this movie. And so it really makes sense, because religion was very, very important to my grandma. And she was a missionary in her younger years. And she was very, very faithful. It's very interesting that a movie about C.S. Lewis would be one of her favorites, I think. And so this movie, like I said, stars Anthony Hopkins, and he plays C.S. Lewis. And basically, Deborah Winger's character comes in to the university as a kind of she comes as like a visiting scholar. She's visiting England. She's in this unhappy marriage, and she has this young son, and she's just not in a very good spot. They end up coming more and more in contact with each other, and they're very, very different. Like, he's very traditional academic, and she's very modern and very outspoken, and her sensibilities really challenge the whole sort of Oxford mentality. And so it is kind of a classic opposites attract sort of situation. And she ends up needing to stay in England once she's divorced and everything. And so she agrees to marry C.S. Lewis just as a platonic union, just as a marriage of convenience, to help her to be able to stay in England. There's a pretty good cry scene with him at a certain point. There's a pretty good scene there with him. And you also get to see Edward Hardwicke in this movie as his brother. Confirmed old bachelors, and this modern woman comes in and makes everything crazy. But Deborah Winger is lovely in the movie. She definitely is a really good fit, I think, for the part. I think her and Anthony Hopkins have good chemistry together. And I just think this movie does a really good job of working in themes of life, of marriage, of faith, of career, of it's obviously a romance. It has all those things that you want in a film, and it's very well acted, very well made, very well written, and so it's not one of those like films that deals with faith that only faith-based audiences are going to enjoy. It's definitely something everybody can enjoy. So if you haven't seen it, it is pretty long. That's probably the only, it's and maybe a little slow for some people, but I think it's really good. And so definitely give it a watch if you haven't seen it. I think you'll really like it. And let me know what you think if you guys see it. And yeah, so I'm so grateful to have had such a good grandma. And it's a nice chance to kind of think back on all those memories. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.